All right, so I get to do the audio version of the clicker, so this will be very fun. Thank you for your patience. So I am Charlie Chapman. I am a developer advocate here at RevenueCat, and the self-proclaimed captain of the Shipaton, which is, as Rick already explained, it's our big hackathon. It runs for 2 months over the summer, and ultimately, the goal is people have to build and ship an app into the stores. It has to be in the stores during that window. And that is ultimately what you have to do to be eligible for this competition. So let's go ahead and go to the next slide. So what do you get? We have $350,000 in cash prizes. And let's go to the next slide. Next slide. I need a hand gesture. And that's spread over 9 different categories. So there are a lot of winners. I will not make all of them do speeches. But we are going to get a photo op with the first place winners of each one. So let's go ahead and go to the next slide. And also, they get a Shippy trophy. You can see this picture is last year's Shippy, which was complete chaos. So this year's, by contrast, is actually really elegant and very different. And then also they get a billboard in Times Square. This is the big, tall billboard that you can see. I think that's where the New Year's Eve ball drops. And so those are running right now, which is very cool. I went and saw it the other day. And if you go to the next slide, Dan wins the competition for the first person to spot it whenever they landed on Sunday night. No, I guess it was Monday morning. They were blasted into their hotel room with the billboard, which I just thought was the coolest thing. Go ahead and go to the next slide. So ultimately, there were over 800 submissions, which when you think about the fact that a submission is an actual app shipped into the store with monetization added is pretty crazy. And so go ahead and go to the next slide. And those submissions were judged ultimately by our awesome panel of judges. I was also a judge, but it made this not nearly as neat of a grid, so I just cut myself out. But yeah, these judges were super, super amazing and very, very helpful, so thank you to all of them. And go to our next slide. And also, we have sponsors, and this was a very big deal. That very big number is in large part because they were able to help us get to there. Also, something worth noting is some of these sponsors are what we call vibe coding sponsors, or vibe coding partners. And that's essentially apps that are building tools that help people with building apps that are new to app development or enabling cool AI-focused features into their app. And we actually have a special category just for people who utilized those special sponsors in their app in kind of interesting ways. Go ahead and go to the next slide. So let's get to the winners. Like I said, I'm not going to make you actually give a talk here, but we are going to do a photo op. And we're going to start with the Grand Prize Build and Grow Award winner. So this is the very big prize, and this goes to the app that shipped early and did a lot to grow and build their app and actually improve their revenue and try a bunch of things. And so let's go to the winner. And that winner is Payout. Connor, are you here, Connor? Yes, Connor is here. All right. So this app is, yeah, you can go ahead and come up here. I'm just going to awkwardly talk about your app while you stand there. Payout was like very far and away, clearly the app that was gunning for this prize. And so you shipped right away, right at the beginning, and did a whole bunch of different paid marketing campaigns to grow the app. And it was very obvious from your submission. So congratulations on that. I'm going to pretend that I'm handing you this prize, but I'm going to steal it back. And we're going to smile right at that guy. All right, thank you. There's no flash, so we can't actually tell if it was done. Yeah, so thank you. And then I also have one of our chocolate Shippies, and then you'll get the other one later. Thank you. So congratulations. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not going to make you talk. All right, let's get to our next category. So that's the Build in Public Award. We did this one last year, and it ended up being a really, really big deal for the Shipaton, because a big part of this competition is that over the course of the 2 months that it was running, everybody's super engaged online and supporting each other and trying to help each other grow, and we wanted to encourage that. And so the Build in Public Award is for the developers who talked about their journey online, created content that was helping other developers as they go. And this was an incredibly difficult category to pick a winner from. But ultimately, the winner goes to Gerwie. Yes. So unfortunately, the developers of Gerwie could not make it. It was actually a very long-running thing. Gerwie is a education app built by 2 developers in Colombia, and it was basically they lived in an area where education was not very accessible, and they were trying to build something to help that. And so they built this incredible like learning app called Gerwie, and talked about it extremely publicly, made some really, really compelling videos, but then they also, they implemented OneSignal, one of our partners here, and they made tutorials about how they implemented it. They open sourced all of their implementation for that, and also during the build in public conversations, they were in the replies to lots of other developers' apps and encouraging them. And so that was kind of ultimately what put them over the edge. It was very, very cool, but yeah, sadly, Camillo could not make it here. So hopefully we can get him to maybe the next Raga. And if we go ahead and go to the next slide, we'll see the second and third place winner. I'll go through these relatively quickly, but Echo Reminder it's an app that uses AI to help you with creating reminders. But Luca, one of the creators, was doing daily vlogs basically on Instagram, talking about what they were building and interviewing people, sometimes in coffee shops, to have them use the app and then integrating the feedback that they got into their app. It's very, very cool. And then Tomo Japan by Tammy is another one where she was talking constantly about what she was doing on Twitter, and then also writing these really interesting blog posts on Medium about the architecture and how she was solving certain problems and building her app. Very, very cool. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next slide. All right, so now let's talk about the RevenueCat Design Award. This is pretty self-explanatory. Goes to the app that is the most compelling design, both in beauty, but also, importantly, in innovation. So both of those aspects are kind of equal. So let's go ahead and go to the winner. The winner is Dayloop. This app, oh yeah, clap. And Salim also was not able to make it here, so we're not going to get a photo op for this one. But Dayloop is an app for building time lapses, essentially. But it's incredibly fun. I immediately downloaded it, and just the onboarding very easily takes you through how to give it access to your photos, and then you can pick a person, and it just shows you all the photos of that person, and you pick all the ones that you want included, and then it will automatically center the person's face in the frame to make for these really cool, compelling time lapses. There's also a lot of other cool features like onion skinning for if you're doing daily progress shots of yourself when you're exercising or something like that, to help you get into the right spot. Very, very cool. Definitely worth checking that one out. And then let's go ahead and go to the second and third place winners for that. So second place is an app called SkillMe. This one, and by the way, I should have said this at the beginning. I'm not able to spend as much time on these as I would like to on stage, but we have a blog post that you can go to the RevenueCat blog that goes through all these winners and explains them in a lot more detail. And importantly, links to their submission page. And every submission has a video included. And those videos are amazing. So definitely check those out. And the SkillMe one, the reason that came to mind is, it is a very pretty app. It's actually all black and white. It's very interesting. But a lot of what he talked about is how he tried to build an experience that was completely dynamic using AI tools to take them through a flow where everybody's experience with the app is totally different. It's not a chatbot. It feels just like a normal app, but almost all of the copy is actually generated. But it's generated in a way that it doesn't feel like you're talking to a ChatGPT wrapper or something like that. Very, very cool. And then third place is an app called PitchLab. You can hit the button, which hopefully does not go to the next slide. There we go. So PitchLab is a pitching tracker app, basically, for pitchers. It was actually created by a former MLB pitcher. And it's basically taking this really expensive laser machine that these training facilities use and seeing how much of that they could do in an iPhone itself. And the results are honestly really amazing. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next category. All right, this is the RevenueCat Peace Prize. So this goes to the app that does the most interesting or biggest good for the world. It's not just about making money, but we still want to make money. So let's go to the winner of that one, and that is Heartbeat Hero. And yeah, Aiden is here. So this app This app is crazy. I had to try it out as soon as I saw the video. I had to include a little thing in here. But it's a CPR training app that uses the depth camera, right, to look at your ceiling and determine how far you've actually pushed to tell you if you've pushed the right depth. If you've ever used a CPR dummy, they have the little clicks. It's that, but your iPad. And it was crazy, and it worked, and I couldn't believe it. So congratulations, this is amazing. Let's get our picture here. Where is he? There he is. All right, we got it. Congratulations. And let's get your, take that one right there. All right, and then let's look at the second and third place winners for this. So Hearing Buddy was, this app was very, very cool, very emotional video. The creator, their partner is hard of hearing, and they made an app basically to make it easier for them to keep up with conversations happening around them. It's kind of like captions for real life. And then Mood Haven, personally, was actually really compelling. It's an app for basically tracking your child's behavior. So if you have a child that has emotional moments that are strong, and it might be medical related, it might not, you need to track those to understand what is maybe causing those, what is not. A person that has 2 kids that has gone through moments where I'm not getting any sleep because there's very strong feelings happening in the house. Being able to track these and see these in a visual way, and also just the design of this app is very calming in its own way, which weirdly matters whenever you're having an emotional moment yourself. It's a very, very cool app, so definitely check out that video as well. Let's go ahead and go to the next slide. All right, so this is the OneSignal Boost Award. I'm going to invite George to the stage to introduce this one. So OneSignal is one of our sponsors, and they sponsored a whole category of apps, or a whole category of winners. And the results were really cool, and I'm going to let you talk about them.
Yeah, thanks, Charlie. So for those that aren't familiar with OneSignal, OneSignal is a customer engagement platform that helps developers implement more effective notifications and email messages in their app. We've been close partners with RevenueCat for many years, and we're really excited when they invited us to sponsor this award. The criteria for this award was apps that were participating in Shipaton and that used OneSignal in creative ways to build richer, more personalized user experiences. And I'm excited to announce the grand prize winner was Cook This. Yeah. So sadly, Natasha wasn't able to make it today, but this was a really impressive app. It is used to log meals that you've cooked. And you can use images, descriptions, and track all the different things that you've prepared, so you can remember your favorite recipes and make them again or share them with others. This app showed a lot of really innovative uses of OneSignal's capabilities. One of the best ways we see people use notifications and emails is to reinforce new habits, and I think many of you have seen presentations that cover this, and Cook This did it really, really well. So they use notifications as gentle reminders to tell people to log their meals, encourage users to keep streaks going, and they also use OneSignal's in-app messaging capabilities to help them celebrate milestones throughout their use of the app. So really cool app, really polished, and congratulations to Natasha and Cook This. All right. Next up, the second place was to an app called VoiceTree. It's an AI meeting note taker, and it stood out for its thoughtful use of OneSignal's Journeys capability to send both email and push notifications. They're sending both lifecycle messages to welcome people to the app and introduce the different capabilities, and they're also using product notifications to notify people about different events in the app. The app also experimented with OneSignal's in-app messaging capabilities, and they wrote a really detailed blog post about their hackathon experience that the team and I really enjoyed. In third place, we have Friendly Plus. This is a cool app. It's an app that's used to manage connections with people you meet. So for all of those of you who are making new friends at this event in New York this week, Friendly Plus might be for you. And they used OneSignal Journeys to drive retention, and they also implemented really great transactional messages to enhance the user experience, the app experience. All right, next slide. Fourth place was an app called Student, which this is really cool. Really innovative use of AI. You can upload a document, and it'll turn it into, it'll use AI to turn that document into flashcards, quizzes, and spoken explanations. So if you have like an excerpt from a textbook or a paper that you want to brush up on, you just upload it, and you've got all the materials you need to study it and learn. The app is really polished. It looks really professional. And it also uses OneSignal journeys in a way that we thought was really thoughtfully done. And finally, in fifth place, I really love camping, and there's a lot of great campsites out there. Camp Notes helps you find and share your favorite campsites, and they had a really creative use of omnichannel messaging to support onboarding onto the app, and also to re-engage people to remind them to check out new campsites and leave reviews for the ones that they've stayed at. And overall, I thought it was a really neat and really well-designed app. So congratulations to all the OneSignal Boost Award winners.
All right. Thank you very much. And then I'm going to have Kevin come up to introduce the Kotlin Multiplatform Reach Award winners. This is another sponsored category by JetBrains. Thank you very, very much to JetBrains for that. And I'll let you take it away.
All right, thank you. My name's Kevin Galligan. I am the technology partner at a company called TouchLab. I've been on the Kotlin ecosystem committee for some time now, and doing a lot of Kotlin stuff, open source. TouchLab has basically been doing only Kotlin since it was announced. I'm very excited to be here because KMP has basically been my life for the last several years. And having an award category at a general event like this, specifically for KMP, is awesome. RevenueCat is one of the most prominent companies that puts out a KMP-specific SDK, which is fantastic for their users and the community. So that's pretty cool. The submissions for the contest were of a really high quality, and I thankfully did not have to choose. Judging is very difficult, so I wanted to say a thank you for the hard work of the judges, but specifically call out Pamela Hill from JetBrains. If I had to pick, I know I'd be very nervous about it, and so thankfully I did not. But without much further ado, I think we will just get to the first place, which is Memento. Christian Kruger, who I think is here. I've seen the social media posts. He is. Do you want to do?
Yeah. You can. Or no, I will.
It's fine. I'm just like, give the thing, but don't.
Right,
It's a complicated thing.
All right, thank you. Familiar face.
I didn't even say
what
what it did. Apologies. I was going from the notes, but escape the room, Memento, helps you find your moment, whether it's to meditate, sleep, or focus. One page, one tap, nothing more. I actually got it, and I have an iPhone, which is odd because I was an Android. TouchLab was an Android company for years, so it's like that was verboten, but it's a occupational hazard for cross-platform, and it works great. So I thought it was fantastic. So anyway. Yeah, some other just quick notes. It's calling out the native integrations and the super cool animation. There's like a particle thing. I did a lot of work talking to the internet about that and sharing lessons learned. So that was really cool. So second place is Posturally. Posturally keeps your spine aligned with smart slouch detection via phone, AirPods, or laptop, which I'm really curious how that works. Plus exercises, scans, and progress tracking to build pain-free posture habits. Specifically of the notes here, the call out to the native integration with AirPods. Basically, like KMP is really good at allowing you to integrate with native platforms, but also do shared stuff. So that was the notes that I got here. Third place is StepsShare. StepsShare, steps tracker with social friend groups, weekly leaderboards, challenges, gamified streaks, badges, KMP shared UI. Just the notes here are very good community engagement, and I can't even read my notes, but it was very well received. Sorry, apologies. Draw It, a multi-platform draw and guess game where you can do real-time draw and guess games, create rooms, invite friends, sketch fast, guess smarter. Some notes again, crisp design, animation, and punchy sound effects.
Can we go to the next slide?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I didn't even wait.
No, you're good.
And then specifically calling out the integration with desktop version, which is really cool, and the Apple Pencil. Again, KMP can do a lot of cool stuff. And I think finally Clip UGC, an AI influencer style video generator, which the notes here specifically call out really good design decisions, doing stuff on the server, players are native. It's just a very good polished app using AI. So I think that's it.
The winners.
Okay,
All right.
There we go.
Congratulations to all the Kotlin Multiplatform Reach Award winners. Ooh, that's a mouthful. You can leave it right there, yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and go to the next category here, and that is the Buzziest Launch Award. So this is specifically for the app that has the buzziest launch. Pretty self-explanatory. What that means is very different, obviously, for everybody. And let's look at what the first place winner's buzzy launch looked like. Lamborghinis. So this is Read Him. Let's give a round of applause. So Jay and Joseph, you are here, correct? Yes. Oh, there you are. Okay. All right. So they they made an app and promoted it in the most wild way. Your submission was clearly aiming at this award. You went out to nightclubs and got Lamborghinis somehow and big posters, and it was just like big, loud, crazy ideas. And so yeah, this was very much kind of running away with it. Yeah. So let's get a picture with all of us. Yeah, there you go. Right there. There you go. All right. Congratulations, guys. All right, let's go to the next slide. So second place is Shutter Declutter. This is by Elle, who's here somewhere, actually. And that is an app for clearing out your photo library, for getting rid of photos that you don't actually need, that are taking up a bunch of space. And then Memoloon, which is an app for, it's an AI like transcription app. And then let's go ahead and go to the next slide, the next category. And that is the HAMM, which is a weird internal RevenueCat concept, which is help apps make more money. Actually, Jacob will probably say it. He may have already said it multiple times today. This is like a really important idea within RevenueCat. It's what drives a lot of our product decisions. So we had to have an award named after it. So this award goes to the app that has the most interesting monetization method. It's not necessarily the one that's making the most money. It's about like doing something interesting that's not just an annual subscription with trial or something like that, right? So let's look at our first place winner, and that is VectorGuard. Ellie and Weston, you guys can come up here, yeah. This app was kind of wild, and it's kind of wild that it ended up in this category. But basically, this is an app for tracking bugs or understanding where like disease vectors are happening in the world. You are a, I don't have a mic for you. Oh, actually. What is your role? I'm just gonna ask, hopefully this is on.
I'm a PhD student, and so vectors are an essential part of my research, and helping people understand their risk and their interaction with them is an underdeveloped part of our society and something that we are trying to address.
All right. I didn't want to say that because I am not a scientist, and I knew I'd get it wrong. So yeah, so VectorGuard seems like it's going for the Peace Prize, but what's really interesting about the way you monetize this app is, what is it called? The 1 to 50, yeah. So basically, when you subscribe to the app, your subscription is actually providing free access to people in high-risk areas. It was a really interesting, unique kind of business model, but also helping people. So it kind of just rose to the top for that reason. So congratulations. Let's get our Shippy picture. All right.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, and don't forget your chocolate. All right, and then I think this is our, oh no, and then the second and third place winners. So Napkinmatic AI 3, this app had a like nice use of virtual currencies inside of it. It's kind of a crazy like 3D AR app. It's worth checking out for sure. And then Kagaru Talks also had a really cool use case of using virtual currencies. It was kind of, the app is like you talk to it. It's a language learning app. And they kind of modeled it after like cell phone carrier plans, which I thought was like a pretty cool, unique way of doing the virtual currency concept. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next category, and this is the Best Vibes Award. So this is what I was talking about earlier. This is for the app that made the most interesting use of the AI tools that were part of our vibe coding app partners, the sponsors that helped us out. And so let's go ahead and go to the first place winner here, and that is Otter Day by Felix. Yeah. And Otter Day is, it's kind of a wild idea. So there's this weird mathematical magic trick, I think is what you called it earlier, that you can, I'm going to get it wrong, but you can guess, or you can understand exactly what the day was, day of the week it was like hundreds of years ago based on just the mathematical formula. So you built this quiz game for helping people learn this magic trick. But the reason that this was in the Best Vibes Award category is you had a really compelling use of a whole bunch of AI tools that helped you build all of the art, all the animations. All these art characters are consistent and animated throughout. And then you used, what's the audio API? 11 Labs, thank you. 11 Labs to do all the voices. So it was very, very cool. So congratulations on that. Let's get our picture. All right. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Let's get your chocolate. Yep, that one works. All right, and then in second place for this one was Dripped, which is a like tool for helping you create outfits using a bunch of cool AI tools. And then third place was Macelog, which is an app for tracking the concerts that you go to. And there's a whole bunch of cool tools there. Like I said, for all of these, please go to the blog post and read the descriptions there, and then watch the videos that these people submitted, because it was very, very, very cool. And go ahead and go to the next slide. Yes, okay. So that is the Shipaton. We got through it. Thank you to everyone who won, but also anybody that's listening that was part of the Shipaton, which was a lot of you. Congratulations on shipping your app. Like, that is a genuinely impressive achievement to do, and so we're all really proud of you. So congratulations to everybody. All right.